Hello and welcome back again to my channel. Today's video is basically about the things that you need to be aware of to be able to stand out in a teaching interview. Um, Now, as you know, I do a lot of content around teaching interviews and all of that, and how to apply and what to do if you're looking to get a teaching job in the United Kingdom. So now you've been called for an interview. They fix the dates. For example, a face-to-face interview, they fix the dates and everything, and then you turn up. What are the things that you need to do or you need to be aware of before you go for the interview? Now, first thing I need to say is bring in your documents, okay? Because they might need photocopies of some documents. So I would say don't forget to take in your key documents to the interview, and make sure you have something that has your proof of address, because I think they always ask for one of that, okay? A letter from your county council or something that has proof of address, or a bank statement, always go with that. So make sure you take all your documents with you to your teaching interview. Number two, be smart, okay? Dress smartly. Remember, you are going into a school with children, okay, as well as adults. So it's important that you give the best representation of yourself. So I'll say dress smartly and neatly, okay? Avoid the lashes, the excessive makeup, and all of that. That's not necessary, okay? But dress smart and neatly. Just imagine that you're going for a banking interview, okay? Do the same for that, but without all of the jazz to it. Now, be polite, okay? Use your manners, especially for those of us who are Africans. Be polite and use your manners. You don't want to come across as someone who is not polite, as one has no manners. And of course, don't overdo it so you don't come out as being petty, okay? So, but have a good balance. Use your please, your thank you, your sorry, and be cautious of what you say. Now, be alert but not loud, okay? Because you're trying to create an impression, I wouldn't say go there and then laugh so loud and be so, what's the right word, be so over domineering that it becomes too much, okay? Try and find strike a balance. Don't be overly quiet, don't be overly shy and withdrawn, but at the same time don't be too loud, okay? So you have to find the balance in the middle, to be able to come across as someone who is confident and aware of their surroundings. Now, be joining in communications and small banter, okay? Because also they might also want to see what you're like outside of the formal experience, okay? They want to see what kind of person you are. Are you good in conversations? They might say, oh, the weather today is horrible, it's been wet and rainy. Join in small banter, okay? Just don't sit down there and laugh or keep a straight face and pretend like, oh, I'm not here for this. I'm not. Join in the small. Of course, don't over banter and forget what you're there to do, okay? So, but join in small conversations, in petty conversations. Join in and show them that yes, I am a good communicator, and whatever the circumstance, I'm able to communicate. Now, try to remember names. Now, this is something I struggle with. I'm not very good with names. Sometimes you have to tell me your name 5 times for it to sink in. But if I'm going for an interview, I try to remember people's names, especially because there are not going to be many people. Maybe a maximum of 3, 4 people or 2 will be there. So try and remember their names so you can address them by their names if you need to. And then that also shows that you are you got personal relationship skills going on there, okay? So try and remember names. Now try to be friendly, okay? Don't be overly too strict. I know that it's a time where people will be nervous, so try and keep the nervousness aside and just try and be friendly. Loosen up, okay? But don't over loosen up. But loosen up so that you don't feel too rigid, and because people can sense it. You might think they're not, that they sense it when you're trying to be very rigid. So try and be friendly and make a good impression, okay? Make a good impression. So when they think about you, they say, oh, this person has got a very wonderful personality. You try and make a good impression. Now, be positive, okay? Go in there with a positive mindset. Nobody wants to hear about how sad your day is or what happened to your umbrella. Nobody wants to hear that. So be positive, be very positive. Again, as I said, people will be nervous. I remember when I went for my very first teaching interview in the UK, I was very, very nervous. I was very nervous. And my husband encouraged me to listen to some positive reinforcement talk online. So I was just playing that with my earpiece. I was playing it. I am wise, I'm beautiful, I'm confident, I'm smart. I was just playing it over and over and over again. And by the time we drove for the interview, I had basically internalized those things, and that really helped me. So if you know that maybe listening to some calming music or some positive talks or something that calms you, do that until you get to your venue, and then that way help, because it really helped me when I went for my very first teaching interview. So be positive. Now answer what you know, and what you don't know, say I don't know. There is no fear in saying you don't know something. Rather, there is strength in saying you don't know something. So for instance, they might say, oh, maybe they talk about diversity or something that you're not used to, especially if you're applying from abroad and this will be your first teaching experience in the UK. If they talk about something that you don't know, just say, because of my experience, I haven't taught in a UK school before, so I don't really know what it is, but I'm looking forward to learning from my team, from other teachers, and from the school. I'm really looking forward to learning this or going for professional developments that will help me in this area to begin to understand, okay? So just don't say I don't know and keep quiet. Turn it around so it's positive. Turn it around as a learning experience, as an opportunity to grow in your career, okay? So there's no harm, there's no fear to say I don't know. Now, please try not to say I don't know for everything, okay? So do your research, do good research, and then there might be questions that they ask that you're not sure about it. Just say, oh, I'm not sure about it, but I'm happy to learn, okay? So please don't be scared to say you don't know. And as I said, flip it around so it becomes a thing, a goal, a learning goal for you. Okay, flip it around to say, I don't know about it, but I'm happy to learn. I'm happy to go for professional development. I'm happy to learn from my colleagues. I'm happy to learn a bit more from the community about this and all of that. So be prepared and be ready to say you don't know where you don't know, rather than rambling on. Now, as I said, stop and think, okay? If, for instance, they ask you a question and you need to gather your thoughts, there's no harm again. Stop and think. If it will take you 10 seconds, 20 seconds to try and gather your thoughts before you answer that, don't be scared, okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or you can just say, oh, please give me a second, I'd like to think about it, and then think. But of course, don't sit down there for 30 minutes or 10 minutes trying to think, okay? So think quickly, but please don't be scared to pause and think about your answer before you give your answer. Now, prepare some examples, okay, in your head. Prepare some examples. Now, don't rehearse them like nursery rhyme, okay? Prepare some examples for certain questions that they might ask you, because then that way you are relating it to your life experience, and then they can see that you are reflective, okay? So they can see that you're not just getting doctored questions and answering in a way that is fit. So they can see some real life examples from you. So think of a scenario, think of something, of examples. Now you will know the key questions they will ask you anyway if you've been in the teaching profession for a while. The key questions that they might ask you might be something to do with safeguarding, something to do with lesson plan, something to do with behavior, classroom management, something to do with reading. So these are key areas which you as a teacher, you would have an idea of where the questions might come from. So try and have scenarios or real life examples of when you've implemented these things in your teaching career in your head. So therefore, if they ask a question and then you can answer and give an example of yours to try and back up your answer. So these are some of the things that I think are expected of you, or that you should be aware of to help you stand out in a teaching interview. Now, the same thing goes for the online. Okay, so this is face to face. Same thing goes for online. Send your documents ahead of time. They might tell you what they need, so scan them and send them ahead of time. Dress smartly as well. Don't say because I'm in my house, I'm going to look however I want to look. Again, dress smartly, because of course the video will be on and they will be seeing you, and all other things follow on. Now, don't forget to ask questions, okay? There's another thing to do. Don't forget to ask questions. At the end of your interview, make sure you ask questions. You can ask the interviewers questions. So that is why it's good for you to do your background research about the area or the school where you are going to, and then that way you have one or two questions to ask them, okay? So it is related to the school and the job. Be open-minded, okay? Be open-minded and be willing to say, oh, and offer to contribute something to the school. You might offer to say, okay, I'm going to start a club, a cooking club or sewing club, something that you know that you're good at and that you feel will benefit the school. You might offer to say, I want to start a teaching club, I want to start a computing club because I'm good at computers. So all of these things are things that you do to kind of help you stand out, when you have a teaching interview. Now, I hope that is helpful. If you've got any other comments or points, questions, you know the drill. Put it down below and I will attend to them. Now, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and then to turn on the notification bell. I don't know why I struggle with this notification word of a thing. Remember to turn on the notification bell, so when I upload new videos, you'll be notified of it. Okay, have a wonderful weekday, and I will see you soon. Bye.